Hello out there. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these YouTube video thingies, so I thought I would come on and do a very brief reading from my newest novel, Outcast. It was recently released from Journalstone. It's the fifth book in their Double Down series. It contains my novel as well as a novella entitled Secrets by John R. Little. It's available in paperback and digitally on Amazon, and there's also a limited hardcover that you can order directly from the publisher at journalstone.com. Like I said, I'm going to do just a very brief reading and give you a little taste, and I hope you enjoy it. I can't do it, Karen said, staring across the desk at the librarian. They were in Penelope's office, the door shut and locked. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're doing great. You've already made impressive strides at shielding your thoughts from me. Remember, this isn't a timed exam. Just relax and try to focus. Penelope tapped her fingers by the stapler on the desktop. Karen turned her gaze back to the stapler, breathing deeply through her nostrils and squinting her eyes. Understand, Penelope said. When I say to focus, I don't mean just with your eyes. Focus with your mind, with your energy. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I sort of get it, but then I sort of don't. Leaning back in her chair, the librarian scrutinized Karen for a moment, then said, You haven't told me anything about your date last night. Karen blinked and shook her head, trying to deal with the mental whiplash from such an abrupt subject change. Well, first of all, it wasn't a date, and second, there's not really much to tell. But he showed up, right? He did. And? And he's very nice. We talked, watched a movie, and then he left. But no sparks? No. At least, well, not on his end. I don't think I'm the right gender for him. Ouch, that must have been humiliating for you. Karen dropped her eyes to her hands, folded in her lap, feeling her entire body tense. Not at all. We're friends, and that's fine with me. Well, that's good then. Not like you threw yourself at him and made a fool of yourself or anything. If possible, Karen's posture became even more rigid, as if she were suffering from encyclopedia lethargica, which she learned about in psych. She felt shame rising in her like mercury in a thermometer on an August day, causing her body to vibrate. Move the stapler, Penelope said harshly. Karen's head snapped up. What? The stapler, move it, now! Karen looked at the stapler and released in a torrent all the tension and shame that had been building up. The stapler began to shake, then slid along the desk and fell off the side, landing on the floor with a clatter. All rigidity left Karen's body, and she slumped in her chair, breathing heavily and feeling sweat trickling down her temples. Smiling, Penelope bent over, picked up the stapler, and placed it on the desk. Well, there you go. That doesn't count, Karen said. And why not? You got me upset. I already told you things start moving when I get upset. Yes, but you said that you have no control, that everything around you just starts shaking and flying. This was different. This time you focused on a specific object and made it move. There's a word for that. Progress. Karen glanced at the stapler, this time with new appreciation. I guess you're right. Does that mean I'll always have to be upset to make this work? Not at all. Tell me, have you ever meditated? You mean like yogis? Not dissimilar. Through practice meditation, one can hone the mind like sharpening a blade with a whetstone. With higher levels of concentration, you'll find that you can not only increase your power, but control it to a much greater degree, and other talents may emerge. This got Karen's attention. She leaned forward hungrily. Such as? Levitation, for instance? Get out of here. You can levitate? I'm not saying I can soar up into the air like the flying nun. Who? Never mind. Just know that I'm not talking about flying. But if I can concentrate hard enough, I have been known to hover a few inches off the ground. That's incredible. Can you teach me that too? Penelope laughed. You've got a real thirst for knowledge. That's regrettably rare in college students these days. Does that mean you're going to sate that thirst? Consider me your Mr. Miyagi. You do know the Karate Kid, don't you? Sure. Jackie Chan, Will Smith's kid. Penelope shook her head and laughed again. A baby. You're just a baby. Now you better run along or you'll be late for class. And like I said, that's just a little taste, um, just to give you a little introduction. Um, and there's my novel, but the novella by John R. Little is excellent. So if you feel so inclined, just give it a try. Just click on Amazon and let me know what you think. Thank you.